Shalom. All praises to Yahweh the Father of lights. Peace and blessings to you, Yahweh Shai. All praises, Northern and Southern Kingdom. It's another message of daily edification. A couple of days ago, I was talking about, how when all of this stuff goes down, this white man, this cracker's weapons is going to be, pretty much useless. And I explained how that's going to happen, all right? But there's still more, levels to how it's going to come about. See, the Most High right now is dismantling America brick by brick. And that's how he likes to do it. See, he wants you to suffer while he's getting that payback. That's how he gets his glory. He gets it the same way you dish it out. We've been getting oppressed for how many hundreds of years? How many? What, 4? Just here? So the Most High got to get that lick back by making these motherfuckers suffer the same way they put it out. He's not going to make it quick and easy. He always been that way, all right? Think about it. Look what he did to Herod. All the bullshit Herod did, right? And then the Most High struck him down. He cut John the Baptist's head off and all that, right? He made him suffer, man. Herod suffered like 2 or 3 years. He had worms eating him up from the inside out, excruciating pain. The Most High wouldn't kill him. He sat there and let him suffer, and then he died. That's what he doing with America. Look what he doing. He changing laws. He's changing, taking away rights. All right, Trump is in the office for that purpose. This man is doing shit that's unheard of, unthought of, right? He's hitting them exactly where it hurt, okay? Now, I'm going to show y'all this video and show you what I mean, and then I'll get to the scriptures, all right? Check this out. You know how this white man always depending on his guns, right? I got my guns. I got my guns. Oh, yeah, they got all their guns, right? Well, when they see how the government fucked them, and I've been saying this for years, when this white man find out how this government fucked him, he's going to be quite upset. All right? He not holding what he think. All of these factories going to go down. Now, I'm pretty sure they got stockpiles of weapons. Stockpiles of them. All right? But they ain't going to last forever, man. And depending on how frequent their engagements are with fighting and shooting, they're going to have to go through those weapon caches extremely fast. And with all the factories and stuff burnt down and no new parts being made, they're going to run that down relatively fast. But y'all check this out. I know a lot of y'all be talking and in the back of your head thinking that, well, he could be right. No, you got to hear from the horse's mouth. Check it out.
Grabbed your tactical AR with the $700 op. The riot started 4 hours ago. You grabbed your tactical AR with the $700 optic and the custom trigger. First magazine, no problem. Second magazine, the bolt won't lock back. Carbon buildup. You're in the middle of a street, and your high-precision rifle just quit on you because you didn't maintain it to mil-spec standards. Across the street, your neighbor is still defending his property. He's 70 years old. He's holding a pump-action shotgun he bought in 1983 for $200. It's been sitting in his closet for 40 years. He hasn't cleaned it once. Doesn't matter. Pump shotguns don't care. They work. And you're realizing that everything the gun industry sold you was designed to fail exactly when you need it most. There are 7 guns that don't fail. 7 guns that work when nothing else does. And they're all cheap. Not because they're inferior. Because they solve the problem permanently. Let's start with the biggest lie the firearms industry has ever told you. Every tactical shooter believes it. The lie is this: precision engineering equals reliability. Tight tolerances equal performance. Modern equals better. Wrong. You've got an AR-15 platform. Maybe you spent $1,200 on the base rifle. You think you're done. You're not. You're just starting to pay. The rifle ships with basic iron sights. But those aren't tactical enough, right? So you buy a red dot optic. That's $500 to $800. They all run on batteries. Shelf life is 3 to 5 years. After that, they die. Your $600 optic becomes a paperweight. But you're not done. Factory trigger is gritty, so you upgrade. That's $200 to $300. You need a free float rail for accuracy. Another $250 to $400. Adjustable stock. Upgraded grip. Another $250. You're now at $3,000 to $5,000 total. Here's what the industry doesn't advertise. That rifle was built to tolerances measured in thousandths of an inch. 0.001 to 0.003 inch clearances between moving parts. That's precision. It's also fragility. Dust gets in there. Mud. Carbon fouling. The gas system on an AR is direct impingement. Every time you fire, superheated gas blows back through a tube directly into the bolt carrier group. Carbon builds up fast. After 500 rounds of sustained fire, that bolt starts to drag. After 1,000 rounds without cleaning, you're getting failures. The rifle chokes on its own exhaust. And those proprietary parts. Your bolt carrier group is machined to specific tolerances for your barrel extension. You can't swap in any bolt. Your gas tube length is specific to your barrel length. Carbine. Mid-length. Rifle. Wrong tube, the rifle won't cycle. If the manufacturer goes under, if the supply chain breaks, you're holding a $4,000 paperweight. Every 5,000 rounds, you need a new bolt. Every 10,000 rounds, new gas tube. You need specific cleaning solvents, specific tools, armor or level knowledge to maintain it properly. If you can't get parts, the rifle stops working. You think you bought a survival rifle? You didn't. You bought a subscription to the firearms industry. The moment you can't renew that subscription, you're unarmed. But there's a gun designed in 1947 that doesn't need any of this. It costs $700. And the firearms industry has spent 75 years convincing you it's inferior when it's actually immortal. That gun is the AK-47. And the firearms industry has spent 75 years convincing you it's inferior. Mikhail Kalashnikov designed this rifle in 1947 with one goal: make it work when everything else fails. His solution was counterintuitive. He made it loose. The tolerances on an AK are 0.5 millimeters or more between moving parts. That's massive compared to an AR. You can see light between the bolt carrier and the receiver. You can hear it rattle when you shake it. And that's exactly why it never jams. Dust gets in there. Doesn't matter. The clearances are so large the dust just falls through. Mud. The bolt still has room to move. Carbon buildup from firing. The rifle doesn't even notice. There's no precision surface for fouling to lock up. The receiver is stamped steel, not milled aluminum. You can bend it and it still functions. The gas system is a long stroke piston. Gas pushes a piston. The piston pushes the bolt carrier. No gas enters the receiver. No carbon touches the bolt. The system self-cleans through mechanical violence. You can bury an AK in mud for 6 hours, pull it out and fire it. You can freeze it solid in a block of ice. Thaw it out and it cycles. Drop it from a helicopter onto concrete. The receiver will bend. It'll still fire. The riot started 4 hours ago. You grabbed your tactical AR with...
Tell y'all something. I mean, growing up at the time that I grew up, it's just a matter of time when you ran across guns. There was just no way around it. You know, I like guns. I used to have some, but when I came into this truth and everything like that, you know, I got rid of them. But the thing is, what's getting ready to happen now, all these white boys trusting on them guns, they don't understand, man. Those guns are industrial tools to get money out of your pocket. That's all it is. They've never been tried and tested until now. And when this collapse comes, they're going to start seeing everything he's saying come true. Those guns were made to make money. They want you to keep reordering things so that they can keep getting paid. They don't want nothing dependable. All right? I saw a couple of drive-by shootings in my life, and one of them was with an AK-47. All right? I was, what was this? Maybe around 1990. All right? I was at a friend's house. Right? That's Watts, in Watts. And we was putting some music in my car. I had a little Datsun 280Z, a little two-seater. And He was cool. One of my Puerto Rican partner of mine, man. And these dudes, some little Northern Kingdom, passed the house up, and he seen them. I didn't live around there, so I really wasn't hip to what was up, but he knew. And when he came back around, it was an old Cadillac. He came back around, and he said, "Get down." So he said, "Get down." So I got down, and but I could see that thing. They shot this corner house up, man. And these was kids, man, probably like 15 years old. The fucking bullets, they was shooting everywhere. It was AK-47. Chewed the whole top of the roof off, fucked the whole house up. That gun was the devil. It's a Russian assault rifle. And it's just like you said, no jamming, no nothing, because they built it to have space to where the carbon buildup, when it fires, there's no buildup. The gun never jams. America? Oh no. We want it to jam because we want you to have to break it down, send in, get new parts, and send it back. Now, like you said, where are you going to resupply when all these factories shut down? You need a new slide. You need a new hammer. You need a new bolt. Most of these guns, if not all of them, are bolt action, even except, like you said, for a shotgun. All right, but a shotgun, it's not really good, for every situation. You can't use a shotgun for long range warfare. All right, you need something with range on it. You need a rifle. A handgun, that's good for close quarters combat. All right, a shotgun is good for close quarters combat, but an assault rifle, it's overkill. It's too long. Going through houses, you got to watch the barrel and all that. These white boys, now, yeah, they're good with the guns. That's their blessing. But what happens when they start breaking down? What happens when they need parts? They ain't going to be able to get them. Now, this is what the scriptures say.
The $700 optic.
Check it out. This is Isaiah chapter 2, starting at verse 1. The word that Isaiah the son of Amos saw concerning Judah and Jerusalem. And it shall come to pass in the last days that the mountain of the Lord's house shall be established in the top of the mountains, and shall be exalted above the hills, and all nations shall flow unto it. That's the holy mountain. That's what's getting ready to happen. All right, verse 3. And many people shall go and say, Come, and let us go up to the mountain of the Lord, to the house of the power of Jacob, and he will teach us of his ways, and we will walk in his paths. For out of Zion shall go forth the law and the word of the Lord from Jerusalem. All right, verse 4. And he shall judge among nations, and shall rebuke many people. Now listen to this. And they shall beat their swords in the plowshares, and their spears in the pruning hooks. Nation shall not lift up sword against nation, neither shall they learn war anymore. Why did he say that? Because the weaponry is going to be useless at this time. All the guns and everything they got are going to be rendered useless by the spirit and power of the Father of lights. That was their blessing to keep us down. He's going to give us power over the gun. Right? So, all the people outside of the temple, we said measure the temple and them that dwell therein, but the outside of the temple measure it not for the Gentiles, and they shall be trodden underfoot for 42 months. It's gonna happen. They're gonna use up all of their ammunition, all of their guns, everything, and it's gonna come to a point where ammunition is gonna be that much more harder to hide. And I believe that it's going to happen in the first few months of this collapse. People are going to be fighting, shooting, and sparking until they start noticing the ammunition supply going down. Like you said, guns are going to start jamming, breaking, barrels are going to start warping. All right? Guess what? That gun now become a throwaway. Can't use it. Now you got to find another one. Use shotgun rounds. That's going to get dwindled down. Ain't nothing now but a blunt instrument, right? So pretty soon, they're going to have maybe guns with no ammo. And the ones that jam, you better know how to get that round out of that chamber or it'll blow up in your face. Yeah, got to know how to do that. Sometimes, especially some of these dumbass niggas that don't know how to shoot, you're not supposed to go fully automatic. You ain't supposed to. No. Short burst. If you don't do that, guess what? That sucker will jam. And when it's hitting and that bullet get jammed, what you gonna do? You better know how to get that bullet out. You learn that if you was in the army or something, they show you how. But if you do that shit wrong, pull that slide and blah! Because the primary burst, igniting the bullet, and then you get all that gunpowder, powder, and metal in your face. Yeah. Pistol too, same thing. You know, all these YNs with these switches. We got the switches. We got the switches. We got the switches. Yeah. That's good for robbing liquor stores and shooting niggas up the block and then go run and hide and don't use the gun for a while. Be using that shit every day or every other day and watch that shit jam, and we'll see what you know. We'll see if you really know how to deal with that piece of machinery. All right? I've been saying this for years. A lot of them going to be dying from self-inflicted gunshot wounds. Yeah. So when the time comes, and it's coming, all right, all that's going to be done, then it's going to boil down to man with a gun and man with no gun. Then it's going to boil down to nobody got guns, and you got to go back to the old way of handling things. You got to kill them with your bare hands, blunt instruments, right? So this is where we headed. But all y'all, that's what I told you. I'm not dependent on no gun, man. I'm not. I'm dependent on what the Most High promised me. He said, I'm going to make your hoofs brass and your horn iron, right? He going to make it to where them guns have no jurisdiction. All right. The ballistic weaponry, which is a gun, has no jurisdiction over a celestial body. It's impossible because he's going to make us to where we can't be killed. It's the only way to beat him. We're going to be able to take anything they got. Let me get a precept. All right. I think it's in Joel. All right. Gotta comb through this sometime, y'all. All right, Joel 2. Verse 6. It says, before their face, the people shall be much pained. Meaning their faces are gonna be terrified. All right. All faces shall gather blackness. Verse 7. They shall run like mighty men. They shall climb the wall like men of war, and they shall march every one on his own ways, and they shall not break their ranks. Verse 8, here's the meat. Neither shall one thrust another. They shall walk every one in his path, and here's the meat. And when they fall upon the sword, they shall not be wounded. All right? So, when we get that spiritual uh, upgrade, man-made weapons will never have any jurisdiction over us again. We'll be able to get blasted on close range with a damn Remington, right? We'll be able to get shot up with a 9mm. We'll be able to get sniped from long range, all right? And nothing happened. Yeah. And that's if they can hit us. You know? If you research what this upgrade is going to consist of, he said we're going to be like sparks among stubble. That means we're not going to be out here running from here to there, run from here. We're going to run across like this. Yeah. Quickly. They ain't going to be able to see us. You can't hit what you can't see. And if they do get a lucky shot, it ain't going to do nothing. That's why. That's why y'all don't understand what's coming, man. Y'all don't understand what's coming. The everything that these white boys finna depend on is gonna fail them. The Most High gonna raise us to a standard where we are unbeatable. Why y'all think I'm here? Y'all think I'm here to put on a bulletproof vest? No. Y'all think what? Y'all think, some of y'all probably think that when it come time, the Most High gonna heal us by giving me some what? Some fruit bars or something. I'm gonna lose weight and be out there running around. I can run fast now. No. Y'all don't understand the Most High's upgrade. When he said, I'm gonna make your hoofs brass and your horn iron. No, y'all don't understand how the Most High gonna beef us up. Y'all don't understand. You don't understand what we're gonna look like, what we're gonna fight like. You don't understand none of that. Because it ain't, like the Bible say, the hand of the diligent shall bear rule. I got a diligent hand. And what does that mean? He gives me, he make me aware of information that you can't even think about. The Bible says he is able to do exceeding abundantly above all that you can ask or think. No, he ain't finna upgrade us like that. No. Yeah, he gonna make us taller and we're gonna be killing machines. We have to be that in order to protect our way of life. And that's going to be our job. All right. It's my job, first of all, to educate you on what's coming. It's going to be my job ultimately with me in the minute of the Lord that the Most High finally redeems and upgrades to combat status to hold everything down for eternity. That's going to be our job. Now, Jerusalem, that's y'all. You'll be the not ruling class, but the civilian class of the kingdom. Y'all are the ones that's going to make it run. Stuff like that. While we protect it, set up supply routes into the kingdom, food, water, shelter, all right? Contracts in other lands as far as them bringing us all of their forces, all right? Food, everything. All that got to be set up, y'all. All that got to be set up. But it starts here. That's why I say the kingdom got to be brought up out the mud. Ain't no being born in no castle and all that. That's all bullshit. That's all Hollywood. A lot of y'all don't understand, okay? And a lot of y'all going to get caught slipping because you don't think it's going to happen. But when it does, then you're going to say, oh, well, yeah, oh. I mean, I could tell you, I just can't make you believe it. Like the old saying goes, you can lead a horse to water, but it's up to him to drink it. You either drink what I'm pouring, or you drink it later. It's too late. You're going to drink, though. But yeah. The weapons that they have are soon going to come to an end. And yeah, that goes for their helicopters. That goes for their planes, their tanks, everything. All right? All that is going to be rendered useless. Yeah. Because see, the government, what y'all don't understand is this. The government is always here to make money. That's what they're called capitalists. They capitalize on everything. Look at the food. They made the food to where it tears down the human body so that you could keep going to the doctor and paying medical co-payments, emergency visits, long hospital stays. All that's designed to make money. These cars, Back in the 60s and 70s, cars were built, right? They lasted. That's why a lot of them still on the road now. They don't want that. They want new cars with cheaper products that break down. So you got to continuously pay money. You think the gun is any different? Yeah. They got stuff, man. My dad told me about a carburetor. It's called a Bosch something. That thing, man, gets like 250 to 300 miles a gallon. It's a German carburetor. You know what they did? They banned it from the U.S. because wouldn't nobody be getting no gas. 250 miles to the gallon and you get 10 gallons? Shit, that's 2,500 miles. You wouldn't have to fill up for a month. No, they want something that gets 30 miles to the gallon, 20 miles. So you got to keep going to the gas station. America is a capitalist nation. All these buildings that's up there, capitalism, all right? They want the buildings to fuck up. They want a structural engineer to go there and say, oh, there's a crack on this beam, a crack right there. Send out the crew. Now you're spending money. Get it? America ain't shit. It's phony and false. And all these white boys that think they got something to find out, when they get to sparking off them guns and they start jamming and fucking up, and they know it, but they're not counting on these factories going down and they can't resupply. The caliber that you need. A lot of these guns, they take a 223 round in it, all right? You know what a 223 is? It's a 22 caliber bullet, all right, with a 3-inch casing, packed with gunpowder. That's why when you shoot it, it goes a long distance. That bang from that 3-inch casing sends the bullet farther. That's all it is, all right? Then you got 45s, 38s, 44s, all right? 357s, all right? Revolvers. You got automatics, semi-automatics, all right? Glock, Taurus. They got all kind of guns out there. These white boys love them. Until they start fucking up. Until they surround it and they didn't have enough oil in the tools, all right, to properly maintain the gun. And then he get in the shootout and click. That's it. And now he's surrounded. Guess what? He ain't shit now. Yeah. So nothing is what it seems, y'all. Nothing is what it seems. Mossad just gave me the optics to see farther down the road, right? So, eventually, all that weaponry is going to come to naught, right? Plowshares. That's what's going to happen to them, right? So, I pray that y'all was edified. And I'm going to go ahead and cut this video, all right? Y'all go ahead and chew on it, and I'll see y'all on the next go-round. KD out. Shalom.